Ah, you know what? Yeah, it looks pretty stable to me. Anyways, what is up, guys? And today I will be recording a color correction tutorial, mainly focusing on magic bullet looks. Now, I actually recorded this earlier, except that I had a problem, so I'm using this one now. Oh well, who cares? Anyways, let's hop on. Alright. Basically, if you wanna what you can do, you could either use presets and just change you know, the settings around, but right now I'll be teaching you how to make your own. Now basically it depends on your clip, how it starts off. Basically the config on here looks alright, so I don't need to change any of the exposure or the contrast. Well, yeah, of course I have to change the contrast. Anyways, it depends which style you're going for. If you're going for an edgy style, you might want to use a negative value like this. But if you're going for the high quality look, you increase to until it looks good, okay? You don't want it to be super bright and dark at the same time. You want a good mix. So about 0.3 is good for this clip, but it all depends on your clip, alright? So once you got there, you're gonna add saturation. Now it depends right here, the saturation of the style you're going for. If you're going for a hardcore or rap style, you might wanna desaturate. Yeah. Anyways, make it black and white a bit. And if you're going for something more brighter, I would just put 90 or maybe 100. Well, this one, let's do 50 for this one. I might make a hardcore CC. Alright, next you're going to add in pop, and you're going to change the size to 70. As you can see, that brings out the edges a lot, which helps with the quality. And the contrast for here is a little too much, so I'm going to change it a little bit. It's probably good enough. And I'll change the saturation to 60 for now. And after that, you're going to add curves. And this is where you mess around with this. Alright. You change the contrast to something positive, and the shadows, it all depends. Just wiggle the settings around until you see something good. After that, go to the next channel, which is the red, and change it as well until it fits your needs. Then your green. Sometimes you don't even have to change it. Then your blue. And right now, this looks alright. So what I'm going to do next is go over to this bar right here, add grad exposure. Now this just depends on your glow, if you want to have a glow CC. So you change the stops to something brighter, and as you can see, it brings out a brightness to the sky. Maybe you put this to like 0.6 maybe, and you could change the Y1 and Y2, your basic position where the brightness is going to be, right? And once you're done with that, go over here, add diffusion, and this is where your basic glow is. You're going to increase the glow to 100% and highlights only to 100%. Now the size and grade, that's all up to you. Sometimes I put the size to 60, sometimes I put the grade to 4, but it's all up to how your clip looks. And since I was going for that hardcore look, obviously we use a red color correction. The size right here could be about 60. And as you can see right here, if you leave the saturation on default, this is what it looks like. But if you turn it on and change it to something lower, it really does fit the scene well. Like, for instance, if I put this at 30, that's pretty much alright. Maybe 60, just to leave a little color. And next, what you want to add is light flex. And as you can see, it brings out grayness to it. And what you can do, you could change this white to black thing, put it to gray. And if you want, you could probably change this to blue or any color you want. but for now I'm gonna leave it at the orange area and just change it to gray, because it looks alright. It's up to you if you want to put light flex on. It's not really needed. Now what you're gonna need next is a vignette. Alright, now as you can see, it darkens the edges out quite a bit. Now you want to decrease the Y so that the midpoint of this circle is like at the top, as you can see right here. And after that, increase the radius until about right there, right? And then decrease the spread to right here. Then what you want to do is add deflare, alright? Now, I forgot to mention, you can change the strength to the vignette to 50, right? That's a little good, yeah. So it just darkens the bottom part. So you don't really want a color correction covering your gun up, unless that's what you're trying to do. And back to deflare, it's up to you whether you want it to 50, or you can change this to something higher, maybe 100. I usually keep mine at 50, however, yeah. So yeah, and the next thing I add is a 3-strip process. As you can see, it really changes the color right here. So we don't really want it to look like this, so we change this to like a negative 0.5 and or negative 1. Yeah, this looks pretty good right now, in a way. Now, like I said, this can be anything. Like the diffusion, we could change this to blue, and that goes for the trap look or the wrap. We can change it to purple or pink, which is basically the same thing. We can change it to this color, same thing. Yellow, you know. And if you go for brighter look, I would change the saturation back to like 90 just to fit color needs. And yeah, there goes the bullet looks part. Now you don't have to add your glow or anything, it's up to you. And as you can see, the quality is pretty good. Let me change this to full. Yeah, it looks good right now. And what we're gonna add is brightness and contrast, and we're just gonna increase the contrast to like 25, maybe 15. And it's up to you whether you need to change the brightness or not. You don't want your brightness to be like this, right? You want to keep normal, probably like that's alright. And then next thing, you'll add sharpen, and like this one, like pop, it sharpens the edges out and gets a better quality to the screen. And the last thing you need is unsharp mask, which does the same thing as sharpen, but you know, with extent. By extent, I mean it does it again. I don't know, I normally do it. Now, that's for magic bullet looks. Now, if you don't like how the glow for looks is, you could actually add in glow with After Effects. As you can see, it's pure white right now. Just change the glow colors from original colors to A and B, and you could either choose one color. Ooh, let's do this one. Yeah, you could do one color and then increase the glow radius and increase the threshold and change the intensity a bit. And we could leave it like that, or we could add another color to it. I don't know, maybe this color. And just play around with the radius and the threshold. And as you can see, it looks alright for having two colors. And yeah, I wouldn't advise you doing both of the glows. So yeah, we got that and that. But normally I just use the magic bullet looks glow. Yeah, forgot what I was saying there for a second. But yeah, I wouldn't do any green light or blue like this, just because it looks pretty bad. Just saying. And basically that's all, really. And I would look at every single part of the clip, whether it's bright or not, and I would either keyframe it or change it as a whole. And I guess that's all, really. See you guys.